Alrighty guys, it is finally time. Roll that brand new intro. Alrighty guys, welcome back to another video. I'm the Joshuagrapher, and today I want to tell you guys a little bit about what it takes to build a simple set for your short films. Now this video is coming out right after the release of our short film, The Last Game, which came out a couple of weeks ago. You can check it out right here. We built and used our own film set for the entire shoot, and that's why I wanted to make this video this week. Okay, so first things first. I know it can be a lot simpler and easier and cheaper to go and find and use a location that already exists for your short films. If you're low budget and no budget, I highly recommend this method. It's how most short films get made. But if you have an idea and you just can't find the space that works for your concept, building your own set can be the solution. So with that out of the way, I have my good friend Jeremy Kegans here. He's a contractor for a construction company, and he was the set designer for The Last Game. And he's going to tell you guys a little bit about what went into building our set and teach you guys what it takes to make your own sets for your own short films. So without further ado, take it away, Jeremy.
Thank you, Josh. Thank you guys for watching this video. Thank you for having me on this video, Josh.
Absolutely. So the first thing I want to ask you about is just kind of the safety factor, because I know that's really important, especially when you're working with power tools and that kind of thing. So I want you to tell them just a little bit about the safety issues when putting together a set for a short film.
Yeah, so definitely the most important thing with it is knowing what tools you're working with, knowing the power tools. So if you don't know how to work power tools, either learn or get a buddy who is pretty good with power tools, knows what he's doing. Because the one thing you should not be doing is trying to figure out how to use a power tool in the middle of building a set. That's definitely something you should have experience with using beforehand.
Awesome, yeah. Very good. So now I want to ask you just a little bit about supplies. So what did it kind of take? What supplies did we need to get beforehand? How much did they cost? That kind of thing, just so they know what it's going to actually take, especially monetarily, to get ready to build this set.
Yeah, so what we did, the first thing we did was kind of drew up some blueprints, see how we want the set to look like, and then from there we tried to figure what kind of supplies we needed, what kind of material we needed to build the set. So we got a bunch of stuff from screws to drywall to 2x4 studs, 8-foot and 12-foot long studs. We got a piece of plywood for the door we put on our set, and the total cost for all of that averaged a little under $350, and that was just the material. The biggest cost when looking at building these sets is gonna be the drywall. Usually the drywall costs the most. We went with drywall because we wanted our room to feel a bit more like roomy and like look most normal as compared to using plywood or something else. So definitely keep that in mind when building a set, that the drywall is probably going to be the most pricey.
So now I'd love to know just a little bit about setup. So what it kind of takes to prepare, especially on the day of, before the build. What do we need to do to set up?
Alright, yeah, with setup, it's also a little callback to looking at what you're getting for supplies, making sure you have all the material you need to build this set. And then you need to make sure you have all the tools you need to actually put the set together. So definitely some hammers, saws, screw guns, that sort of thing. So always make sure you have all the tools you need beforehand.
Awesome. So yeah, no, just tell us a little bit about the building process, everything from start to finish, how long it took, that kind of thing. And how involved that's going to be.
Yeah, with the set build-up, how we did our set, it was literally just 3 separate walls. I built them all separately and then just screwed them together at the corners, just so they're nice and solid. And then I got a bunch of 2x4s to attach the walls, the open corner of the building, since we did not have a fourth wall. So using those boards, they helped keep it so it was nice and square, aesthetically pleasing, and it was also great for the building aspect of it won't come falling down on you when you're in the middle of filming the set.
Step by step, how did you put the whole thing together?
Okay, step by step. So with the walls, the two short walls were pretty easy. I just got the 2x4s, made a square, and then put the studs in the middle, evenly spaced throughout the whole thing. The long wall was a bit trickier because we added a door. So I had to figure out exactly where the door was going to be and then frame that guy out. And when framing outdoors, you should try to make it as realistic as possible, just like you're looking in any normal room or house. So make the door tall enough, make the ceilings for your set tall enough so it's most realistic. It took me about 4.5 hours of build time to completely build the set, add all the drywall and stuff. That does not include the paint time, which took another hour and a half of painting. It might take you a bit longer if you want your walls to have a cleaner finish. You need to get some drywall mud to just clean up the joints, cover up the joints and the screw holes. We decided against that. We decided just to paint and prime over the screw holes and joints, which turned out all right. But just know if you want a clean finish, you should probably get drywall mud.
So now just tell us a little bit about the painting and finishing of the walls before all the final stuff.
Yeah, so we had to, like I mentioned before, we had to start off with primer. It basically makes it so the drywall is ready to be painted on and that the paint will actually stay on the drywall and not run off or anything. So we primed first. It took like 20 minutes for the primer to dry. And then right after that finished, we got to paint the whole room. So the whole process took about an hour in all to paint it. While I was helping build the set, we had our production assistant, Josh's friend Levi. He came, helped me with some of the building. He did the majority of the painting and priming for the whole project, while I was finishing up the door. With our door, we just used a piece of plywood. Depending on how over the top you guys want to do it, you could get an actual door, or you could just get a piece of plywood. We did that. We got a fake handle, which looked like a real one, and I made the door so it could still swing open and stuff. So it's still usable, but for the most part, it was just there for aesthetic reasons.
Last but not least, if you could just tell us a little bit about the final detailing of it.
Yeah, the finishing touches. So with one of our scenes we did, we had a light scene where the camera was just looking at straight up at a garage light we had put up. And so just so it looked best, I had centered directly in the room, got that all set up. When putting in door handles, like I mentioned before with doors, try and have it as realistic as possible. Have the handle at a comfortable distance to where it doesn't feel too high or too low when you're actually using the handle. Just have a nice comfortable height. And then also what we did, if you want, you could buy extra plywood or stuff or boards for flooring. We just got carpet, covered the entire ground with carpet, and then decorated it how we wanted with a table and a couple chairs. The most important thing for first-time set builders, definitely safety first. Have like a blueprint or a rough sketch of your set so you kind of know what you're trying to build. I kind of built the set off at the top of my head since it's basically in my job description. But if it's your first time, you should probably try and have a rough sketch drawn out of your set. And yeah, like I mentioned before, safety is a big factor since it is your first time building a set. My favorite part was building all the walls. That's always my favorite part. Just watching the whole thing come together from start to finish, knowing how we started, and then watching the final product of how the whole set turns out. That's probably my favorite thing, just the whole process. Alright, well guys, thank you for watching. Thank you for having me, Josh.
Of course.
Guys, be creative. Have fun building your own sets. I highly encourage you, filmmakers, to at least try building your own set instead of relying on other things. It's always a pretty good experience when you actually build your own set and get to see how that process is made. So I highly encourage you guys, first time set builders, do it. It's a lot of fun. Stay safe, and I hope to see you guys in more videos.
So I hope you guys learned a ton from that. I hope you're encouraged to try this out for yourself, as it can be a very rewarding experience and it can definitely benefit your short films. Just remember to keep safety as the #1 priority. Now, around the same time this video comes out, I'm going to be releasing an extended cut of the last game on the Joshuagraphy channel, so if you want to check that out, click on the link wherever it ends up in the frame. And remember, if you like this video, drop a like down below, subscribe to this channel for more videos like this one. But that is it for today's video, guys. I'm the Joshuagrapher, and I will see you in the next video. Peace out.